Yo, top five all the way live. Welcome to NBA's.com's Tuesday top five plays of the week.
All right, welcome again, everyone, to this week's episode of the Rise Up podcast.
Gang, gang.
We're happy to have you back. It's been an exciting week. There's a lot to go talk about this week. But how are you doing?
I'm great. You know, I've been playing Fortnite with lots and lots of friends of the channel. We call them friends.
Dude, that was sick.
Because we don't have fans, we have friends. But it's a blessing in disguise in the same way because I played Fortnite a little bit before we started adding people from Rise Magic. And now I have like 80 friend requests. But the problem is that the Epic Games launcher stays like minimized on my computer. Like, put it this way. Right now on my computer, it is completely exited out. Like, I do not have Fortnite open. But if they can still send me party invites, and it just pops up in the lower right. So I'm like doing homework, taking a quiz, and my homie in Slovenia wants to play Fortnite with me. And I'm like, I want to play Fortnite with you too. And I hit accept, and then I flunk out of school.
Yeah, true. But dude, that one game, both me and you played with these couple of dudes from California.
True, yeah. And in fact, you can probably toss in the clip. Our man, Mike was Twitch streaming when we were playing with him. He watches Rise Magic.
He was.
And I got my first win ever. And not only was it my first win ever, I clutched it. I was the last person left. Dropped that bull. I was like Winnie the Pooh. I always stay strapped.
I was I'm not gonna lie here. This is a confession, but I didn't believe.
You didn't believe in me?
Once I went down and he went down, you're the only person left. I'm like, crap, we lost this one. I remember thinking that. And then I just heard Kier gunshot, and up on the screen pops #1 Victory Royale. And like, first, since I already had that thought in my mind, when I saw that, I assumed that it was the #2. Like, we lost. And it took me half a second, like, yo, he clutched it.
Ye of little
Captain
faith.
Clutch.
But yo, guys, what me and Grant were actually talking about is we do want to make a video I post on the main channel that's like playing Fortnite with fans and friends of the channel, and we'll make like a little highlight video of their best moments, and just do it hanging out with you guys, post on the main channel. And guess what, Grant? I can actually do that because for some reason, you know what's funny is one of my classes in school is about like ethics and like libel and getting sued for lying in media and stuff like that, about lawsuits and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So the #1 thing the teacher always repeats in class is that you can sue people for libel, right? But it's not libel if it's true. So it's funny because now after taking that class, I'm a little more conservative about what I want to say on the podcast when it comes to school. But it's not liable if it's true. So for the next 2 weeks, I have no school.
Nice.
I'm taking 6 classes, right? But 2 of them are from the same teacher. 1 of them is for a different teacher, but since I'm in the digital media major, there's some sort of conference in Las Vegas, and all of my teachers are leaving to go to it for a week and a half.
That's crazy.
So it leaves me with all of my classes are canceled.
Dang, you're paying You're paying some amount of money a year.
No, I know. Part of me is like annoyed. It's like I'm paying to go to college and I have no class. You know. But
the other party is like, hey, I get 2 weeks off and I'm still getting my degree. So
and I'm playing Fortnite with the homies. Yeah. But yeah, guys, if you play Fortnite, which pretty much everyone does, you're kind of living in a rock if you don't, because you can get it on your phone, you can get your computer, you can get your Xbox, you can get your PlayStation, and you can play with everyone. Go ahead and add us on Fortnite. My name is Chanman31, and Grant, you are
Axton Cruz.
What the fudge is that name?
All right. Would you like me to tell you the story behind that name?
You know, not entirely, but I think everyone else would.
Okay.
I personally just think it's a dumb name, don't care, but I'm figuring there's people out there who might.
So, my roommates in college, they were like, yo, we've heard a lot about this game, Dungeons & Dragons. We want to play it. And I was like, all right, I'll join you guys. Sounds like a good time. I didn't really know exactly what it was. And so, if those of you who don't know, Dungeons & Dragons is like a fantasy role-playing game. That sounds nerdy as anything. I didn't know that going into it. But where you like make your own character, you like give it like skills and stuff, and then you can take it into like a world that someone creates and like do quests and stuff like that. It's a very interesting concept. But so we're making our characters, and like all my friends are trying to like be like really serious about it, making it like legitimate like elvish names and like stuff along those lines that like fit into like the fantasy world. Me, I just go like, hey Siri, look up BA baby names. And so Siri actually was Googling for me there. Or Bing. I think Siri uses Bing. But anyway, so I go in there and I find Axton and Cruz. Put them together, Axton Cruz. And so some of my friends weren't too happy with that because it doesn't fit in the world. But Axton Cruz was a 6-foot elf with calves of steel and a farming implement named a scythe that he named Scythe. And so he just went against everything in the world, and his only goal in life was to make his scythe look as amazing as possible. Nice. So my friends weren't really happy with me, but I was just having a good time.
You know where my username comes from?
Just that you're the man.
Back in middle school, it was really cool to make emails because email was first coming out. Well, not first
email
coming out, but it was cool to get an email when you were in middle school. So when you're in middle school, calling yourself Chan the Man sounds cool, but you don't, take into fact that in 10 years you'll look like an idiot. So that's what my name is.
Yeah. But hey, it works.
It works. It has a nice ring to it.
Yeah. So anyway, other than that, so what's been going on with you this week so far? Did you have classes this week, or is this like the first week of your 2 weeks off?
It's the first week of my 2 weeks off. In fact, I actually came to a class where he walked in and was like, "Yep, canceled." I was like, "Okay." All
right, peace.
I wasn't really planning on doing work anyway. Most of the time in class, I just reply to comments on YouTube. Dead serious.
Nice.
That's what I do in class. I reply to your comments on YouTube. Or Photoshop a thumbnail or something like that.
Yeah, multitask.
Because that's the other thing about being a digital media student is like it's not only like everyone has their laptops out and everyone's doing everything. Some people, oh my gosh, my friend Will Huber, he got a solo Fortnite victory playing on his laptop in class with his computer on mute and only playing with the trackpad. I was upset.
What a G.
No, I know. I was pretty upset about it. He was like tapping me on the shoulder, and what made me mad is I've tried to win solo so many times, and this kid is the final two left, and then it's just wandering around with no sound, and they do with a rocket launcher. He's the second person that just blows himself up and he wins, and I was like, why can't that ever happen to me?
You just got to get the top knit too enough.
No, dude, I'm excited, and because tonight our very own team, the Philadelphia 76ers, plays the Cleveland Cavaliers at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Basically,
for the number 3 seed.
For the number 3 seed in the East. So, it's a big deal for me.
It'll be awesome. Looking forward to watching it. But yeah, no, this week has been a crazy one for me so far.
Okay.
There's been a lot going on. So those of you who are interested, let us know just so we can kind of get a feel for how many people are interested in this. But one thing that I've been doing is designing and working on the Rise Magic merch, just because that's something I want to happen. And so we never really want to do like any of those like Teespring or other t-shirt things online. One, because they're kind of confusing and like you don't really have much control over the design. And two, don't have any guarantee on the quality of the shirts, especially for someone who's not too big like us. We didn't really want to do any of those online sites. So I was looking through different options, and I finally found a vendor that has super good quality stuff. It's not that expensive, so we don't have to have the prices be too expensive for you guys. Super high quality. And so I'm super excited about it. I'm talking with them right now. And hopefully within the next month or so, you guys can be seeing some Rise Magic merchandise.
That sounds great, man. I'm excited.
I know. I'm excited. They're going to be
outfit.
They're going to be really good. Oh yeah, they're going to be great quality designs. There's going to be stuff that I'd personally want to wear. I'm excited about it. That's probably the biggest thing that's happened this week, though. All right. So I did actually want to go through some YouTube comments with you. There's a couple ones that we missed on previous episodes. The first being from our homie Emerus. He said, that he posted on a previous podcast, but I'm looking at one on a different one. But he said basically about being bullied when doing magic or cardistry in school, and what to do when people rip the cards out of your hands or smash them on the ground just to see you pick them up. This happened in my last school, and I'm insecure of doing cardistry/magic at school because of that. And he wanted to know if we have any tips or anything to say about that.
So they're just smashing the cards.
Yeah, just like knocking the cards out of his hands while he's trying to practice cardistry and stuff like that. And so, I don't know. I will say that seems like a very... I don't think that's a common thing. So at your new school, which is what he said, he's at a new school now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I've never experienced anything like that where it's, you can get teased about it, but I've never had like a physical assault in a sense, because that's almost what it is. Like that is something, and I'm not saying do this, but that what they're doing is illegal at that point.
Yeah, because
like that's your personal property, and it's destruction of your personal property.
Yeah.
So honestly, and I can tell me I'm going to go the same direction on this, I don't think you should be worried about that happening at your new school, because that's such a rare, I would hope it's such a rare thing, but if it does, rules are there for a reason, and I would actually report.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Like,
because that's not okay.
Yeah, that's 100% not okay. And if you still, like, I understand after going through that, you couldn't feel insecure about doing it or worried about doing it. I would say just try to make good relationships with some teachers or some authority figures in your school before you go out and start doing cardistry magic again. Therefore, if something did happen, you already have connections to go and talk to about it to make sure that it gets corrected, because that's not right. Bullying of any type is not okay. And that's essentially what it is. It's very rare that you find people who are, well, unfortunately, it's not very rare, but it's very rare to see people go to that extent to just really just bully and be just a terrible person and just treat someone poorly like that.
Right, and because there's like teasing and stuff, which most people can deal with, because people who tease are normally just jealous or or envious that they don't have skills like that. But what I was gonna say is, it was something, Big T, right? His dad told me this, my uncle. I was at one of Big T's basketball games, and there was this parent there, like, threatening to, like, beat the crap out of me, which was pretty funny, because I'd welcome that challenge as a 50-year-old man trying to beat me up. That would be enjoyable. But what Big T's dad told me is, like, people watch movies, they, watch other crime television shows, they watch all these movies, they see people like, Conor McGregor, and all this stuff. And people get this idea that you can, like, beat someone up and it's okay. Where in reality, and people joke about it too. There are people who joke about, like, ooh, I'm going to beat him up, but he's going to get his dad to sue me because I'm a lawyer. When in reality, if I were to go to someone I don't like and punch him square in the mouth, there's a good chance I'm going to jail.
Yep.
Not for a long time, but I will be arrested for assault.
Yeah, because
you can't, that's actually in the news right now. Conor McGregor, a big celebrity. Yeah. I actually kind of like the guy, but someone was talking crap, and he went to them and took a chair, basically. I don't know the exact details here, but he threw a chair through a bus at these people. And guess what? He got arrested. No one's above the law. It is illegal to touch someone and touch their physical property without their permission. So if you got kids smacking cards out of your hands and bullying you like that, there's no reason why you can not report it to the authorities, like at your school, whether it be, because that's wrong. And if your teachers do anything about it, the police certainly could, because that's the type of stuff that really has no place in schools or anything like that. Yeah.
And I would just say, like, the only way that Conor McGregor doesn't face jail time is if nobody presses charges on him. Like, no one's above the law.
Right, and that type of thing can be settled out of court. So basically what's going to happen in that situation, since he's so freaking rich, is that the people who he harmed, his lawyers will say, listen, we'll give you $200,000 to drop the
Or probably
charges.
more than that, because the other dude's a fighter as well.
Oh, yeah, because they know they can get more.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just pay him off. But the people who got hit, you know what? Would I rather win a fight or have $500,000?
Yeah.
I tell you what, I will. I might fight Conor McGregor in a ring for $100 million.
Yeah.
I might leave with very few brain cells left in my body, but it's $100 million, you know?
I mean, you just go there, take one punch, and just pretend to be that you've gotten knocked out.
Pretend to be knocked out, like he touched you on the shoulder, like, oh!
Just like one thing to the jaw, just straight up like ragdoll.
Ragdoll.
Go on the floor and just start drooling, and they're like, oh, he's out. And then you get up, you're like, oh, get that check.
Have like the fake blood packets.
Oh yeah, just like.
But I don't know. So, just to wrap up that question, though, like obviously what we said about the authorities and stuff, but I wouldn't be too worried about it happening at your new school because that stuff is so rare. People usually love magic when you show them and stuff like that, and the problem might end up being that you don't want to show it, and they keep asking for you to show it more and more because people really do like it the vast majority of the time. So,
but I will say,
I wouldn't worry about one bad experience ruining your bravery and performance for people.
I mean, even if someone is pressuring you to try to do magic for them because they want to, if you don't have to, then like trying to intimidate you to do magic is not okay as well, because like at the end of the day, what you're providing is a service of entertainment to them, and they have no right to that service from you unless they're willing to cough up some change. But it's always good to practice, and that's not a good attitude to have about it, just always asking people for money. But yeah, one thing I do want to say is a lot of times what happens with bullies is they'll say, oh, if you tell a teacher, I'll hurt you even more or do anything to you even more. And that's just completely false. They can't do anything to you. If you tell a teacher or someone in authority and make them aware of it, and then they come and try to beat you up because of that, they're doing some time. They're going to juvie.
Yeah.
They're going to be put in juvie.
You know, I had a situation when I was a freshman in high school where a kid punched me and I punched him back, and he ended up like we both went to court.
Yeah.
And it was actually the school and one of my friends who was pressing charges against him. I was in no trouble at all. I was actually in court as an eyewitness, even though I threw a punch because my punch was in self-defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, starting a fight and physically harming someone is highly illegal. And here's the thing, Grant, like what you said, if you tell the authorities they won't do anything to you, that's true. And if in the off chance they do, you're about to be a very rich man.
Yeah. Or they're going to be a very
poor man, or a good at
they're gonna
have fun.
They're going to be busting some rocks with a hammer or something like that. What do they do in prison? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's another comment that I saw in a previous one that I wanted to talk about as well. I found this one very interesting.
Okay.
We don't have to spend too much time on this one because I just had a good metaphor for it. But it's from Dr. UJJALMISRA. So Dr. Ujjal Misra, something like that. I apologize if I got your name wrong.
Okay.
But they said there are some magicians out there who have like 10 million subscribers or more, mainly because their content is actually a mixture of magic and other stuff which blows up online. DIYs, challenges, pranks, and other stuff. Then people go on to call them the best magicians on YouTube because they gauge a person's success and abilities based on their sub count. Do such magicians who have mediocre performing persona and whose popularity is actually a result of their other content ideas instead of magic and their pretty face? Do such magicians deserve to be called the greatest magicians of the modern age? Now, I don't really know who you're talking about or anything like that. Actually, they say who they're talking about. Never mind. But I'm just going to ignore that because I don't want to throw any names out there.
I think I remember reading that comment. Yeah.
But let me just give you this metaphor here. Five Guys, In-N-Out, Wendy's, shout out to Twitter, Cheeseburger. There's a lot of other places that serve amazing hamburgers. Like me personally, I love a good hamburger. One of my favorite food items. And like, you can go to anywhere and get an incredible burger. But McDonald's has sold over 1 billion. So does that mean McDonald's is a better hamburger? Not at all.
Yeah,
Quality does not necessarily have to do with size.
Yeah, and you have to keep in mind that lots of those people are playing to a certain audience where, you know, like people out there like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, you know, they're massively popular, but their age range of their viewership is, I would assume that 95% of their viewership is under 15 years old. And that's not a diss at young people at all. I'm just saying that they know how to play their cards to make content that is appealing to that. You know what I'm saying? So me in middle school, and honestly, some of their videos, they're clickbaity enough where like you do want to look at it. Like, oh, look at us set a sofa on fire in my pool and then jump over on a dirt bike. Like, heck yeah, I want to watch that. You know? So it's like they're just, when you have enough money and you get a big enough following, you can do those big things. So it's kind of like an avalanche, a snowball effect, where the bigger you get, the more you can branch out, because the more that YouTube will recommend your videos to everyone else.
And just like sometimes those clickbaity thumbnails and titles, like honestly, I've clicked on one of those before without really even realizing it. It's like, oh crap, this is Jake Paul. What the heck? Because I didn't look at the or it wasn't Jake Paul, but it was someone else. Then I go and watch the video. I'm like just hitting L on the keyboard to skip 10 seconds forward so I can skip all the crap that they have in there. And like the thing that they actually advertised in the thumbnail, it's like there for like 2 seconds at the very end of the video. I'm like,
right.
Yeah.
It is annoying that I mean, like I said, we don't have to get into the YouTube meta commentary game on this podcast, but if you do want people to watch your videos and you make a cardistry tutorial, you can't name it like cardistry tutorial, learn. Like it has to be like easy, amazing, toss.
Yeah.
Like we have to do it too, and it's annoying that that's how it works, but it's how it works. I gotta play it sometimes.
And it's all advertising. You gotta get someone's eye. And that's the hardest part.
Right.
Anyway, just gonna go through and like shout out some people who commented on our last podcast as well, because that one got posted later on in the night, and not too many people watched it. Even though I enjoyed it, that's where we did our little Fortnite gameplay. So, any of you guys who watched it, shout out to you guys. But do you have it up, or do you want me to just go through it?
What?
Yeah.
The comments? Sure. I mean, what was I going to say? There was one question that I wanted to answer by Potato Potato. He says, "Great video, guys. I would love to see more Fortnite." Well, that's good because
you're straight addicted to that.
I'm addicted to that game, right? But he said, "Quick question: what's the best way to put on muscle? I am 6 feet tall and only 127 pounds. Thanks. Have a great Easter." Ooh, man, you are definitely in the right place, because I have wanted to start a fitness YouTube channel forever. I'm never going to, though, because that's an oversaturated market. But basically, here's what I gotta tell you, man. Listen and tune up, because I have made myself gain 80 pounds of muscle in 3 months before. We'll get into why I had to do that later. But I do think that, I don't want to say getting absolutely jacked is an area of expertise of mine, but I, at one point, was 6'8", 140 pounds due to illness, and now I'm about 230. So there's your difference right there. But here's the thing about working out. There are no secrets. There's no secrets or anything like that. There's nothing you have to do that's special. It's as simple as you work out your muscles, and then you feed them the food that they need to grow. And that's it. Simple as that, Grant.
Very true. Big facts. Big facts.
So if you ever see anyone being like, "Ooh, here's the secret to gaining muscle," they're lying to you. You break down your muscle by working out. Now, there's different ways you can work out that can break down your muscle more effectively. And the more you research working out, the more you can learn about that type of thing and how to like more efficiently and effectively break down your muscles. And then once they're broken down, you just have to start eating food with good protein and low fat. And that'll help build up that muscle stronger, so you can break it down again. Then you build it up stronger, then you break it down again, and they get bigger and bigger and bigger and way more in the process.
Yep. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You can just be doing push-ups in your room, as long as you're doing it every single day consistently, and you're eating enough to make up for it, so that your body has something to turn into muscle. Because
exactly,
it's something that a lot of people just don't think about, but like food, literally, your body's made out of the food that you've eaten before, if that makes sense.
You are what you eat.
Exactly, like literally. Like every single tissue in my body is made up of food that I've eaten before, at the cellular level, really. But so you can't make nothing out of something. I mean, you can't make something out of nothing.
If you're working out and eating Doritos and Mountain Dew, you might not see that, that progress that you want to, because Mountain Dew and Doritos aren't going to rebuild your muscles well. Protein does.
Yeah, because if
I were to give Potato like some actual advice, if you're just starting, I would start by doing push-ups. So do like 20 push-ups a day, and then right after you're done, go fry up some eggs and eat like 4 or 5 eggs.
Yeah.
And then once you've done like a week of doing, 20 push-ups, the next week you try and do 30 and then 40 and then 50. You can probably even advance quicker than that. You could probably start with 50 push-ups. But just do them in like 5 sets of 10. So you do 10 push-ups, rest for like 2 minutes or a minute or however long you need to since you're just starting out. Keep going and going and going. And then once a month has gone by, I guarantee you that your chest will be puffed out just a little bit more. It's as simple as that.
Probably the only BuzzFeed video I've watched in the past 3 years. Because I try to avoid it like the plague. Is one where they like it because I just saw the video and I had to click on the title because it was clickbait. But they said we did 100 push-ups a day for 30 days. Here's what happened. I'm like, I want to see that because like most of the guys who work at BuzzFeed are kind of small. There are a few that have some gains, but and like it was a very interesting video because you could legitimately see in a couple of them like impressive results. It's in like the chest and delts area. But the thing I was going to say earlier is if your body isn't getting the nutrients it needs in order to actually function. So like if you're just eating Doritos Mountain Dew, there's not the nutrients in there that your body needs to actually function. Your body will actually break down your muscle and break down parts of your body in order to have the proper energy. So eating is very important if you don't want to break down and go backwards in what you're doing.
Exactly. If you don't eat properly, it can have the opposite effect of getting bigger and gaining weight. When you're working out, you can just lose any semblance of fat you had, and then that can actually make you sick. So you got to be careful.
Yep. So make sure to eat well. Eating good is good for you. So Captain Obvious.
You know, we're not trying to make this health and fitness channel, but I tell you what, man, healthy food tastes really good too.
Dude, it does.
I sound like such a mom saying that. But if you go to the store and instead of buying some Skittles, buy some organic raspberries. Those things are fantastic. Like fresh fruit, fresh raspberries, fresh blueberries. Nature's candy, man. It's fantastic.
Very true. Only buying health food at the store, you know.
God was like, you know what? You want Skittles? Let me one up that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what the personal favorite is, though?
What?
Just gotta say, like, your normal apple juice, applesauce.
What?
Said apple juice and applesauce.
Okay, I didn't know where you were going with that. I thought you were gonna say candy because you're a plebeian.
I'm a
plebeian.
But I've been working hard to get better.
Wait, am I allowed to say that nowadays?
I don't even know what that word technically means.
You know what? Now that I think about it and know what it means, it was probably offensive, so I do apologize for that.
Okay, I'll look up what it actually means.
I think if I said you plebeian, that might be a little less offensive because that's like, you know, basic human life form.
I can dub over it if you want me to.
I know you won't.
I won't.
We'll just move on.
Anyway, I feel like it's time to get into some hot and spicy memes.
All right, play the intro.
Haven't made one yet.
Oh, there. Yep, there we go. Okay.
There we go.
So.
Alrighty. So, do you have one, or do you want me to go first? That's always the question.
All right, mine is you know, Winnie the Pooh kept a strap at all times.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw this tweet this morning, and it says, "Y'all might not remember, but Winnie the Pooh kept a strap at all times." And it's shots from the old Winnie the Pooh cartoon. And that man has a rifle and is looking around this house with he is ready to use his hunting pump shotgun, whatever it is, in Fortnite. And if anyone busts open that door, he will steal all of their loot.
He will. He'll be.
You know, the blue potions is really just Winnie the Pooh's honey dyed blue.
True. Very true. It's just blue honey. And Winnie the Pooh is about that life.
Oh, bother. He shoots you right in the noggin. Oh, bother.
Oh, bother. Just took your life.
Oh, boy.
Puts a different perspective on the kids show.
Maybe that's why Eeyore's so depressed. Because he knows if he doesn't come to Pooh correct, he might be his last thought.
Very true. Blow the stuffing out of him. Anyway.
Blow the stuffing.
Yo, how messed up is it on that TV show where like I remember there are scenes where like Pooh gets ripped open and like he has stuffing coming out of him and he's like stuffing himself back up with stuffing.
Yeah, dude, that kind of reminds me of the opening to Saving Private Ryan, like guts everywhere.
Yeah, like
it's just if that was a human, that'd be disgusting. Yeah,
like Pooh is literally just stuffing his internal organs back inside of him, taking a needle, threading it through his skin, and just sewing himself back up like it's nothing. Winnie the Pooh is pretty gangster if you He's pretty baller. Don't want to mess with him. He's tough.
All right, yeah, you got a meme for
Oh,
me?
yeah. Now, mine has to do with Fortnite. Just because it's all the rage nowadays. Me just mentioning Fortnite in this video is going to get at least an extra view. But it's just a screenshot, and the caption is, first win on mobile, with a bunch of emojis, like, being happy about it. And it's a screenshot of this dude winning, but there's a text message bubble over it. That's his mom texting him and saying, your father and I are getting a divorce. And there's...
Yo, that reminds me of when I saw where someone was playing Fortnite Mobile, and it was like, you know that FBI agent meme where the FBI agent that's assigned to, you know, track your everything? And he was like, yo, there's someone in the bush at 300.
Yeah.
And you're like, thanks, fam.
Now, divorce isn't funny. Divorce is a terrible thing to happen to people. But, I don't know, just like how excited they were and having such a terrible thing being popped up, I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. It caught me off guard.
Definitely staged, but...
100% staged.
You know what?
Still funny, though.
You know what got me fired up the other day?
What got you fired up?
There was a tweet that went viral on Twitter where it was a clip of this girl and a guy walking together, and the girl was in a very scantily clad bathing suit.
Yep.
Okay. And apparently that was her boyfriend, and then some mogul, some really rich dude, pulls up in a Lamborghini and is like, hey, I like the way you look. You look pretty. Come on date with me. And the girl's like, okay, screw my boyfriend, and leaves. And the tweet was captioned like, man, girls suck. Girls would leave anything. They're all gold diggers. And the tweet had like 75,000 retweets. And it made me think, is half the world stupid?
Yes.
Because if you watch the video, I kind of want you to link it. Maybe I think I sent it to the group chat that we have, Grant.
You did.
But it's the video is so fake. Like,
oh yeah, I watched it. The acting is terrible.
I don't know how anyone with a functioning brain can look at that and be like, oh, this seems like a genuine human interaction. This actually happened. The video is it's three actors who clearly aren't actors because they're so bad at it, saying, ooh, we should make a gold digger video. Because that situation never happened.
Nope.
It's so fake. And there are so many people who think it's real. And I'm like, do people sit on their phones so much that they don't realize how humans act anymore, and that they're... Oh, man, it got me so triggered. Because how does anyone watch that video and think, oh, you know what? This is real. This definitely happened. That it was actually a hidden camera, and that it wasn't their third take and said, hey, this time can you slap me harder when you leave me? Like, oh my gosh.
And like there's a couple lines in it that I just laughed at because they're so stupid and they're just so far away from reality.
Yeah. The guy has to like repeat the premise. So you're leaving me just because this man happens to have a Lamborghini and you think he might be rich? Well, yeah, it's a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, what happened to our 5-year relationship?
And then the guy who is in the Lamborghini, he's like, just 5 minutes ago. The guy with the Lamborghini is like, just 5 minutes ago, I asked you and you said that you guys are super serious. And it's just like all this convoluted mess. And the one line... they have to really... One line was he said, like, you're willing to leave him just because my Lamborghini matches your bathing suit. Like, that's just so dumb. And you're just like, he's like, no, I don't really want to, I'm not going to take you out on a date with him, unless you break up with him right now.
Yeah, it was so stupid.
Like, if let's say some guy was douchey enough to actually go and do that, he's not going to do that. He doesn't care.
Yeah. No, I was actually thinking about going to everyone who retweeted that tweet, who I don't know, all 75,000 people, and blocking them all. Because I don't know them, but man, they could not have any positive influence to planet Earth that I need to see. Like, how stupid can you... Oh.
Yeah.
Man. Should we start making stage videos like that? Like
100%.
How to pick up girls doing magic. I'll walk up to some girl.
100%. We actually did... this is a good segue. We actually did secure a collaboration with gosh, that would have been a good joke if I can remember the dude's name. I have no idea. He's like famous for faking pranks on YouTube though.
You're struggling right here.
Yeah,
man.
I have no idea what the dude's name is.
You're in a complete nosedive right now. You gotta land the plane on the Hudson.
No, I seriously don't know the dude's name. He was like on.
Oh, you just killed all your passengers. Congratulations.
It's okay. All the passengers retweeted that tweet. Never mind.
They deserve
Terrible
to die.
joke. No one deserves to die.
Well,
Well,
let's not go that far. But
I was about to say no one deserves
joke.
to die for retweeting a tweet. That was the clarifying statement.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, remember what we said? Remember what your teacher said
no.
about podcasts being incriminating? Let's not get to that point.
Hey, no one died in that. That was the Hudson thing I was referencing. He saved everyone's life. He landed that plane.
Sure,
the
there's a
Hudson
movie
River.
made about him now. Sully.
Wait, oh yeah, with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Beast mode.
Very true.
Or is it Bill Murray?
It was
I think it was Tom Hanks.
pretty sure it was Tom Hanks. But,
Wilson.
yeah, that one.
Yo, if you read the comments of the blooper reel video I made, oh, I just dropped all the cards. There were a few comments, people going like, "What brand are your socks?" Just in all caps. That was one of the
Wilson.
funniest clips.
And
When
like,
I found that one, dude, it was so fun going through old videos for me and
Yeah.
making that, because when I edit the videos, what I do is I'll like the good takes, I name them, right?
Yeah.
So I'll change their file name from like, MOV.224.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when I open the old files to look through for the bloopers, I just click on the ones that aren't named because I know those are the mistakes. But sometimes there's like 40 of them, so I was clicking on random ones, and I click on one, and it's that one. What brand are your socks? Wilson. It's like, how did I not save that earlier?
yeah, that's gold. Because like normally I don't usually wear those white socks all too much anymore. I go for like nice pattern ones. I have a few pairs of those. Maybe my socks are dirty that day and I'm just wearing those. And Tyler just decides to roast me up. Just straight up put me on a stick, put me over the bonfire like I'm a marshmallow.
Yeah.
Shout out to our new YouTube.
And
Outro.
I guess we got the meme section. All I have to say is that yodeling Walmart kid.
Oh yeah, this dude's a legend.
Memes are. I don't know why that took off, but it did. But I got to mention it if we're talking about memes.
Oh yeah, 'cause that thing is just blowing up. It's everywhere.
All right, man.
Have you seen the one where it's like in retail row? I found the Walmart kid for Fortnite.
Yeah, it was like, guess what I found on retail row. And
And the editing on that is incredible.
Yeah. There was one I saw where it like zoomed on the kid and they did the thing where you make the okay sign with your hand and do it under
Oh yeah.
and got him. I was like, dang, that edit is so good.
People are talented, man. People are talented. And they use it for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and they use it for that.
Anyway, do you have a quote for this week?
Okay, I got a great one right here by C.S. Lewis. You guys have Twitter. Obviously, you got to follow us. Grant is MG Henry, right?
We've had a few people follow us from the
imagine
podcast, so if you're one of those people, thank
big
you.
Shouts.
Big shout out.
Big shout to Matthew Torres. Always hitting with the memes. He hits us both those memes 25/7. And even though you don't get featured on the show, they gave me a chuckle. And actually, I think he was one of the people who tagged me in the retail row one.
Yeah, he may have been. Like whenever I get a notification from him, like, oh, we're about to have some fire.
Yeah, I get the notification that says Matthew Torres like sent a tweet for you. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get some fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's this quote from C.S. Lewis Daily for the Rise Up segment to end our podcast with some inspiration for you guys, so you can have a better life, I guess. It says, friendship is unnecessary, like philosophy and like art. It has no survival value. Rather, it's one of those things which give value to survival. You want me to say it again?
Say it again.
Friendship is unnecessary, like philosophy, like art. It has no survival value. Rather, it's one of those things which give value to survival.
Yeah.
I got that one especially for you, Grant, because, guys, one time Grant said, I pride myself on having as little social interaction as possible, man.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
That's what you said.
No, it isn't.
Jeez, Grant.
No, I said one thing that I've learned about myself is that, like, even if I don't have any social interaction for a week and I'm just, like, working and doing my own thing, like, I'm okay with that. Like, I can be happy. But I am also fully aware that, like having social interaction, like having friends, is very necessary to good mental health.
Yeah, and if you guys don't have friends, which I'm pretty sure everyone has friends, whether your mom can count as your friend, your dad can count as your friend, your siblings can count as your friend, everyone's got a friend. But if you don't, we're your friends. All right? Drop a comment down below.
Hey,
Rise
wait.
Magic Homie Squad.
Where's my quote?
Oh, I'm not ending it. I'm just
Okay.
saying, like, drop a comment down below.
Okay.
Say you've got a. Oh, yeah, that's the comment you got to say for this week is you've got a friend in me.
You
Which is a Toy
got a
Story
friend in me.
Friend in me.
Fantastic. That's a jam right there. It's a jam.
Oh yeah, classic.
All right, mine is if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. By Milton Berle, I think. I
By
just
Fortnite.
very true.
That made me want to play Fortnite.
All right,
You know,
might do that in a little bit.
If you don't have cover, you just build a door. Or if you're stuck in.
What you do?
That game's so much fun. I didn't mean to crap on your quote, but it's
No, it was one that was kind of last minute found, but I like it. It's interesting. It's I find it kind of funny as well, but it is true at the same time. Like, work hard, make something so that you have opportunity in the future.
Yeah, man. If the door's locked, just kick it down.
Like when I graduated college with a physics degree, and I went and found out that there was no jobs that wanted just an undergraduate degree in physics. They all wanted a master. I didn't really know what to do, and so we built a door, me and you, with Rise.
Word up.
But yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's podcast. Do you have any last closing thoughts you want to say, Chandler?
Go Sixers.
Go Sixers. LeBron to Philly. And yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you guys next week. As always, yeah, I'm Grant and Sharon as well. And have a fantastic week. We believe in you. Peace.